Well, Ted, our next guest is a personal friend, someone who was instrumental in helping me become a trainer in the automotive industry way back when the EV1 first launched with General Motors and Saturn in that relationship. Chris Saraceno was the EV1 trainer at the class I attended to learn all about that vehicle. And he gave me the opportunity to actually take part as a trainer my very first time in that class. And so we're excited to have Chris on the show.
Gene, what a great honor to welcome Chris Saraceno, the vice president and partner of Kelly Automotive Group, and also the best-selling author of The Theory of Five. Chris, this is your first Fixed Ops Roundtable. Thank you so much for being here, and we can't wait to hear your story.
Gene, Ted, thank you so much for inviting me to the Fixed Operations Roundtable, the greatest show on earth. I am so honored to be involved and invited to present along all these great, exceptional people that you have here today. I'm here today to present the Theory of Five philosophy, which is about discovering the secrets of the world's happiest and most prosperous people. I know we all hear people say, leave work at work and home at home. That's next to impossible to do. So today we're going to talk about how are we going to be happy and prosperous. But the first thing I'd like to do is congratulate each and every person attending this conference. Why congratulations? So I want you to think about this question. What are the odds of your two parents meeting one another in this world and conceiving the unique genetic you? Go ahead, think about that. What are the odds of the two of them meeting each other in this world and you being born? I want you to do me a favor. Write that number down. Have that number in your head. Is it 1 in 100? Is it 1 in 10,000? Go ahead, write it down. It's actually 1 in 400 trillion. So we all have won the lottery of life. So my question is, what are you going to do? What are we going to do with this amazing gift called life? What are we going to do to become the best versions of ourselves? We have one life to live. So after 30 years of researching, meeting, interview, observing, and studying people that I believe are some of the happiest and most prosperous people in the world, here's what we discovered. The 5 most influential areas in a person's life that lead and support to happiness and prosperity, thus the name of the book. So I have a question for the audience. What does happiness and what does prosperity mean to you? Think about that for a second. Write it down. Have that definition in your mind. Now, Webster's defines happiness as a state of well-being, contentment. They define prosperity as being successful or thriving. So, why do some people excel in life, while others that we know who are equally talented and bright struggle to get by? Think of those people and picture them in your mind. These bright people that you scratch your head and say, why are they not successful? Why do they seem angry and there's always something going on in their life? What's the secret of the people that excel in life and are so happy? Well, it's something that your parents already understand. This is why so often, if you're a parent, I want you to think about that. Put your hand up if you're a parent. We often focus on who our children spend time with. Why? Because as parents, we clearly understand that they are influenced by their group that they spend time with. This group is going to impact them either positive or negatively on their attitude, their goals, their behavior, and their future. Newsflash, this does not change if you're 15 or 50. Who we spend time with will absolutely impact us. We are a reflection of the people we surround ourselves with. In most cases, the 5 people we spend the most time with. Another reason for the name, Theory of Five. So the Theory of Five is based on the philosophy of making this fact work for us. We have found that most people limit themselves to what we call circle 1, which is their personal connection. That consists of the people we spend the most time with. That could be because of work, could be because someone you're married to or you live with, could be a personal obligation that you feel for somebody. These are people that could support our growth and happiness or could drag us down. Remember, people will treat us the way we allow them to treat us. So what we have found is the happiest, most prosperous people expand their boundaries to what we call Circle 2, which is your inspirational connection. These are people handpicked by us. Why? They are subject matter experts in a field or in an area that you want to excel at. These are people that are mentors or co-mentors. So what is a mentor or co-mentor? This is someone who models the behavior, the actions and results that you want to emulate in life. These are people that could become lifelong friends. These are people that you want to spend time with. Mentors are not only people that we can learn from. Some of the most successful people that I've interviewed have told us they've learned the most from what we call an anti-mentor. They've learned what not to do. They've learned not how to act, not how to behave, not how to think. We all know an anti-mentor. I want you to think right now, what can you learn from that anti-mentor? What can you learn to become a better version of yourself and make sure that you do not duplicate? Some of the best managers and leaders I've met said the reason I manage this way is because I learned from a person that taught me what not to do. I remember how it made me feel. So now that we have an overview of the Theory of Five, let's dig deeper into the 5 areas that the happiest and most prosperous people focus on. That first area, as we mentioned earlier, is spirituality. Spirituality is a great foundation for creating and maintaining a loving and supportive relationship. It allows us to realize that we are not the center of the world, and everything we do has an effect on every other aspect that we have. Number 2, and I want to mention to this is in no particular order. The 5 areas of the Theory of Five will change of importance in your life depending on what's happening to each one of you at any particular time. So number 2 is marriage and relationships. This will influence every other area of the Theory of Five. We look at it and said the 10 elements of a successful relationship are love, commitment, respect, support, humor, communication, having patience, having common core values, forgiveness, and being grateful. Another area we found in relationships is learning how to disagree well. And I want you to think about that. The people that you disagree with and you understand that you have the same intent and it's not done with malice, these are the people that get along best. Sometimes conflict does create chemistry. So now we know the first 2 are spirituality, marriage and relationships. Let's go on to number 3, parenting and family. We clearly understand you could have a spiritual life, you could have a great relationship with your spouse or significant other. But if your children, if your nieces or nephews are having issues or having problems and cannot survive on their own, we're never going to be completely satisfied and feel prosperous and happy. This is why we believe that every parent's goal is to make sure their children could survive and thrive on their own. The analogy I heard years ago was that it's like a baby bird. The goal of every bird, every parent, is to make sure that that bird could fly on their own. That's what we have to do with our children, our nieces or nephews, that at a certain age, that they have the ability that if you're not around, they could survive and thrive on their own. I want you to remember this statement. People do not care how much you know until they know how much you care. Say that to yourself. People do not care how much you know until they know how much you care. And that goes not only in your personal life, but in your professional life. When people know you care, that's when they start internalizing. That's when they listen because they know that you want the best for them. Those of us who are parents. Imagine when your child was born. Could you imagine holding your child in your hand and looking at them and saying, you know what? I hope someday he or she is average. No, nobody hopes they have an average child or an average life. We have one opportunity to have a great life. So now that we know the 3 of the 5 key areas of the Theory of Five, let's go on to number 4, which is business and finance. In business and finance, just like in life, nobody sets out to have an average life or career. Goals and vision are essential. The most successful people I know, they do not look at work as work or their career as work. They look at it as a sport. They enjoy it. They enjoy every single day going in and competing. They enjoy surrounding themselves with the best. Thus, the reason we're all here at this conference today. The reason we're here is that we understand iron sharpens iron, that we want to be great and we want to get better at everything we do. Ask, who are the people you enjoy being around the most? Many people believe when it comes to business and finance that the main goal is being wealthy and having lots of money. I don't believe that's the case. The people that I know that are the happiest and most prosperous, they really look at it because of freedom and independence. Freedom and independence from financial stress. Freedom and independence deciding where you want to live. Freedom and independence to help your family and help friends. Freedom and independence to build a legacy, to support others, to donate and give back. That's really why you want to be successful in business and finance, is the freedom and independence that it gives us. So now we clearly understand we become the average of the 5 people we spend the most time with, and not to limit ourselves to circle 1, but go to circle 2. And those are the people that could be mentors, the motivated people. We also understand that the 4 concepts we talked about so far were spirituality. Then next we went into relationships and marriage. Then it was parenting. And then we talked about business and finance and the freedom and independence that it gives you. Now we're going to go into theory number 5, which is health and fitness. Because without our health and fitness, and if there's anyone out there that has known anybody or you experience health issues, you understand it is tough to do any of the other 4, to take care of your children, to take care of business. If you're not healthy, we don't take care of ourselves. We have one life to live and we have one body to take care of. Without health and fitness, every other area of the theory of 5 becomes so difficult. If we don't invest in ourselves, we are unable to invest in the people that we love most. Our family, our friends, and our team. So now we know the 5 key areas of happiness and prosperity. So I have a question for the audience. Who are the people you enjoy spending the most time with? The people who are grateful for what they have, but continue to push and improve in their life. They are the happiest and most enjoyable people to be around. Picture those people in your mind. Why do you like to spend time with them? Because they're grateful, because they continue to push. That's what we're doing here today. That's why everybody's at this conference today, because they want to meet people that want to be great. They want to meet people that want to excel in life and grow their business. So in summary, we believe we're never going to achieve perfection. And the moment we believe we have is the moment we stop improving or start falling backwards. There is absolute power in people, because when we surround ourselves with like-minded people, like today, with passion and purpose, our dreams do come true. And when we provide value to the world, we will be rewarded with happiness and prosperity in our life. I want you to imagine this. Imagine if every person was clearly aware of their purpose and lived the theory of 5 life. We would be better parents. We'd be better partners. We'd have better health. We'd be more patient. We'd have more passion. We'd be a better version of ourselves. The truth is, we all have potential. And there's absolute power in people. I believe when we surround ourselves with like-minded people, with passion and purpose, our dreams will come true. Ted, Gene, thank you so much for inviting me. I really appreciate it being part of this group.
Chris, thanks so much. And at the end of your book, Theory of 5, I noticed that you went back and you interviewed some of the people who influenced you in life, your mentors, and tell us maybe just a couple names of those people and tell us why you chose to do that.
Great question. Some of the people that I interviewed in the book are Dave Anderson from Learn to Lead, Sean Wolfington and David Boyce. They are both tech entrepreneurs, and they also have founded Tier 10, Advertising, CarSaver, and those are just two companies of many that they have. Susan Givens, who's the editor of Auto Success Magazine. Evelyn Longsworth, Jean, you remember we worked together with her at Saturn Corporation, one of the brightest trainers, facilitators, the best mother, an exceptional parent overall, and just a wonderful person. These are just a few of the dozen people that I've interviewed in the book, and I believe model the theory of 5 life. And that's why I interviewed these folks, because they model everything we just talked about today. So thank you very much. Everybody have a great day and enjoy the rest of the conference.
Thank you so much, Chris, for being a part of the Fixed Ops Roundtable, and we welcome you back for many, many more of these events and conferences. Chris Saraceno, everybody.
Thank you, Chris.
Because I'm happy. Clap along.